I don't know. It's a mirror, technically, right? I'm very like, ooh.
What are you going to do if you don't think you look good right now?
Well, I guess it's too late now. At least I smell decent, right?
I told you in the car you look beautiful. You don't trust me?
I know you did. That was so nice. And then what did I say? I said, you look beautiful.
I know. We're so nice.
Did we really start this podcast already?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Well, guess what? Welcome to the cold open of Jillin off. Guys, that's what the kids call going off the cuff.
I was watching Paul and you didn't know, and he made the fingers that he was starting, and you were like, how do I look?
I'm still adjusting my
Don't tell her,
smushed-
Paul. Don't tell her that we're recording.
My top knot. Well, I'm Christina Walkinshaw. I'm slightly under the weather. Yeah, but I'm here with my sweaty palms and with the girl who makes my palms sweaty.
I'm staying a safe distance away from you.
Right. At least that fan's blowing the germs right towards you.
Yeah, thank
actually,
you. I'm so glad.
Oops. I'd have to reposition that.
If you burp and turn your head the other way, it's still going to fly right back in my face.
Yeah. I did tell Jen, I was like, so when I'm sick, I like to, we're going to cut corners when we have to leave the house as a sick person, right? So I'm not wearing bra or underwear. I already told Jen, so that was really just for you now, Paul.
Yeah. Special treat for the listeners.
Special treat.
Their ears are going to benefit from your
I know, right?
Commando.
Um,
Free ballin' feels good every once in a while.
Oh my God, it feels amazing.
Plus, we were just standing outside. There was like a nice breeze. I bet it felt really good for you.
God, anytime I can get a breeze right up the bing bang from not wearing underwear with a dress, it's very refreshing.
What's more exciting, the breeze or when you do that upward fart? The
clit no, I like the clit tickling fart better, I think. That's more exciting. But a nice breeze up there is really nice, too. With the hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Took you guys a minute. You guys, I'm sick, but I'm not off. I'm still me. Slight sniffle.
And you made the hair on your head look exactly what I imagined.
What my vagina looks like? Is that what you were going to say? This is
A little bit.
My pubescent top knot.
I've never seen your vagina, contrary to my
I know that's true. You haven't.
friends and family's beliefs.
I know. Can I? Okay, I know every episode we know that we profile as lesbian couple. Can I just say this? I went onto our YouTube. We're very mystified as to why certain episodes have like tons of views.
Yeah, it has 30 views, and then the next one has 970.
Yeah,
It's very odd.
we don't know. We don't know what it is, but we're intrigued to figure it out, I guess. And thank you for those 900 people that listen. But here's what I took a little notice of when I went on and looked at that. Do you ever look at the videos, like the up next videos that are coming up after hours?
For me, it just comes as your stand-up.
Oh, see, now that's cool. But I don't know what video it was. Maybe it was foaming at the mouth. But the videos, and I don't know how the association works with the algorithms that they're going to put certain videos around our videos. Maybe it's like they're like each other or whatever. But first there was a video. Okay, first popped up a video with like a whole bunch of these famous guy comics, and it was like, the best jokes men have ever said about women. So I was like, well, what is this like? Like, are we supposed to inspire people to make fun of us because we're women that are mockable? Anyways, whatever. And then there was a video about lesbians. And then there was a video about alcoholism.
Shut
So
up.
I'm like, what is it that do we and Jen profile as like, oh, these are mockable alcoholic lesbians. We'll just put this on the same lump of videos.
Maybe we should start hashtagging everything with alcoholic lesbian.
Alcoholic lesbians.
Would that be a bad thing to market ourselves on?
I mean, what am I trying to say?
They might think that we're like alcoholics that are actually in recovery. Maybe we get invited to do like a bunch of big alcoholic festivals.
I know, but it's gonna be weird when
What
we
are
show
those
up with our own. When we show up with a flask, they're gonna
What's
be
it
like,
called when all
"Oh,
those sober people get together?
oh, they're not recovering though. They're actually still in the alcoholism phase." That's like, Paul, I watched Leaving Las Vegas for like the first time in 2 decades last night. Do you remember that movie?
Nope.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh, he's
sorry,
too young.
You're a kinder bride. I forgot.
I'm a baby.
You were a baby. So it's like a movie where Nicolas Cage basically loses his job. He's like a raging alcoholic, and he just goes to Vegas with what's left in his bank to like kill himself, basically to drink himself to death.
Oh, I think I do know that movie.
Yeah, so Elizabeth Shue's in it. So I did just watch it for the first time in decades last night. And there's this scene where he's getting blown by Elizabeth Shue. And he's just like, and he's drunk, right? So, she's probably going to be down there for like, a long time. But, and then he's just talking and babbling. And he's like, because Bill Cosby. During the blowjob.
Yeah, he just says his name, like blurts it out for some weird
very
reason.
randomly. As he's getting blown and they're like drinking.
I mean, I do that, but...
You say Bill Cosby during blowjob?
Yeah, but now.
Maybe it's like an inside joke that at that time, only the movie studio people know.
Yeah. They're like, well, we could keep that in there. But I was like, that movie's ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Also, why are there no good rules for alcoholic women out there? Like,
We'll make one,
why
don't
does
worry.
Nick Cage get to be the fucking person? We'll do a reboot of Leaving Las Vegas, but this time it's the woman that's like, fuck this life. And she goes out into the desert and she hires a male prostitute and drinks herself to death.
That would just be so sad.
I mean, it is a sad movie. I'm not saying it's a comedy. I'm just saying
The
we
sequel
still
to
need
Bridesmaids.
Yeah, exactly. We still need gender equality, even with the sad movies.
Well, Leaving Las Vegas wasn't a comedy. Remember when that came out? It was such a big deal because it was the first movie they like. I think when a big movie wasn't like a big movie star just playing a complete alcoholic.
I believe he actually got nominated for something for that movie. If not, he didn't win it, but it was
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. I could watch a lot of Nicolas Cage videos. Remember, I just watched movies. I remember I just watched Face Off for my first time a few months ago.
I used to love Moonstruck. That was one of my favorites.
Oh my God, Moonstruck. Yeah, Moonstruck was a good one too.
When he's be like, "Get in my bed."
Wow. See, by today's standards, that's rape. But in the 80s, it was called passion.
Yeah.
That's how it translates.
It was so passionate.
Yeah.
She didn't want to get in his bed.
No, but she had to because she was told.
Well, it was snowing outside too.
It was snowing.
She didn't have a lot of choices. I love that movie.
It's come
So
a long
good.
way. It was a powerful one.
The bread baker who all he wants to do is go to the opera.
Oh, yeah. See, I haven't seen Moonstruck in a long time, but I remember taking a writing class at U of T or George Brown, one of those schools in Canada. And she used to use Moonstruck as like a perfect rom-com.
Oh,
that you should mentor your formula.
It's also Pretty
maybe
Woman.
after that
They fall in love with the opera.
That's right.
It's always really good sex after the opera, apparently.
Because operas are so boring.
Nobody's ever taken me to the opera.
Can't wait to come all over you. That was so fucking boring.
I just like saying the word opera. Does anybody want to take me to the opera? I won't fall asleep, I promise.
I'll tell you, I'll take the opera over doing stand-up in LA sometimes.
Oh, your show?
Monday night. I feel like my new resting face or my new resting presence is, oh my God, how the fuck do I get out of here? Like, I did the show on Monday. You know when you're at a show and like, it's one of those venues where everybody's like carved their initials on the toilet seat. It's a bit of a dive bar, but but I still tried to be optimistic about it. But even still, I got there and I was like, I don't want to do this. I did it, and it was fine.
I
But
bet
in the
you were
moment-
really happy you did it afterwards.
I was like,
No.
fine. I paid off my free beer. Do you know what I mean? I got on that stage. I said what I came to say. It was,
You know, the only other people that
Here's-
work for food are like animals. And
I know,
at
animals
SeaWorld.
and open micers.
We're the only people that get paid in our mouths.
Yeah, it's true. Dolphins and stand-up comics. Put the pay right in my mouth. There we go. Slurp, slurp. But here's...
I still get so excited if they say I get a free beer. Like,
I know, actually, I do too. But here's where it got awkward.
jackpot.
It's awkward when you get a bunch of like newer stand-up comics trying to deal with mass shootings, and like you're not Chris Rock. Do you know what I mean? That is such a hard topic to take on when you first start doing stand-up. That maybe it would be better not to bring it up. So, anyways, someone try to bring it up. It's getting very uncomfortable. The crowd's getting uncomfortable, right? They probably want to think about something else in this moment.
yeah, that's why they went to a comedy show instead of watching Fox News.
Exactly. They shut the news off. They went out. They watched comedy, and then they got the shootings again. But this guy like walked to people, and then he yelled at the crowd, He's like, what? What are you, like, literally, see, I just blew off that mic. But he did that, too. Like, he was yelling so loud into the microphone. It was annoying. He's like, what? It's not like I'm going to shoot you. And it was just so uncomfortable. He was like, what? I'm not going to shoot you. But it was like, even I wanted to go.
And that man was Dave Chappelle.
Oh, he was at the Comedy Store last night. I wonder if he said anything about it. Did you hear, Paul? Is that why you said it?
Yeah. No, I don't know. He was
But
there for
see-
2 hours, though.
I would trust him talking about it, but not, not these newer, not when you're still learning how to do stand-up and you're
Yeah.
still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
it was, I could just tell you it was uncomfortable for everybody. I can imagine for the comic too.
Did you have to go on before or after?
Oh, after, of course.
Oh, okay.
I like to wait till the whole room is in disarray and is falling apart before.
I did a show last night where there was in a bar, and it was like pretty much all Latinos in the bar, and this 2 girls were wasted and just, heckled every comic, just yelled out shit that didn't even make sense. They were just slurring and just interrupting everyone's set. But literally, I was like, you could feel the comics just being so much nicer than they ever would. Like when I got up there, I was like, guys, we all just need to love each other. Because in my head, I was like, I'm sorry that I'm white and you're Latino right now. I'm sorry if you hate. Go ahead and hate me. Go ahead. Hate me. I don't care. I'm part of the problem.
I know, that's true.
It's also,
Like,
I
oh, yeah.
remember after like the Trayvon, I think it was Trayvon Martin, one of those things, when I was walking down the street, I swear to God, every black person I passed, I was like, hi. How you doing? Like in my head, I was like, make eye contact, be friendly. Like, I'm like overcompensating for what other white people have done. Like, hey, we're nice people. Hi.
Oh my God.
It's so awful.
Oh. See, I've always smiled at everybody my whole life. My parents couldn't stop me. They're like, you've just been smiling at like even if they look weird, you just smile at everybody.
But you
since I
know,
was a baby.
normally a comic, like there was like out of 5 of us, not one person was mean to her. And I think because, there,
Right, I get it.
there is a little bit of a rate where you just feel a little bit,
Yeah.
something very racial just happened and you feel a little bit.
That's true. You're
'Cause
sympathetic. You're like,
otherwise-
oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't usually like call anyone bitches or anything, but there would have been one guy who's like, come on, fucking cunt or something like that. You
Yeah,
know?
that's true. Yeah.
But I think they're all like, we're not going to get in fight with her because she's friends with all these guys too.
Yeah. Good save. Some smart men out there sometimes.
It was good. It was all good.
So can we talk about your Margarita Monday?
Oh, Paul, I fucked up another possible fuck buddy.
How?
I don't think she's really fucked it up yet, but she feels like she's fucked it up.
Did you take him to El Cholo?
No, I went to Margarita Monday and then I just sent the most pathetic text. That's how I always fuck it up, is by sending a pathetic text. I
Uh-huh.
never do anything mean.
Yeah.
It's more just those like, well, first I asked him over, but he didn't want to. And then I was like, I thought you liked me. Like, I just said something so pathetic. I told Christina, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't a big deal. I did not say, like, you're an ass. Like, I didn't do anything mean. But I just put myself, you change positions with people.
Right.
Where you have a little bit of an upper hand. And then you, like, dive down. Like, oops, I just put myself into the pathetic.
So wait, say it slower this time. So you called him to come over.
Was I talking fast?
Yeah, so I feel like you tripped over.
I was nervous.
Is this
No.
a dude you hooked up with before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's her last champagne. Her last champagne.
I've only hooked up with him twice, and it was like 2.5 months apart, 3 months apart.
Right. So you invited him over, and then he couldn't come over, and then you went,
And then
oh, I
sent
thought you
pathetic
liked
text.
me.
Such
Is that what you said?
pathetic text.
I thought you liked
And then
me.
he's like, where did this come from? And I just put, I don't know.
Oh no! It's so sad.
It's okay. It's not, it's just, I told Christina, it's one of those things where like the next day I'm walking on the street and then you just it keeps popping in my head and I'm just like, ugh.
Oh no!
Like I have like a physical reaction to how pathetic I am, and I'd look like a crazy person because I was walking to the gym and it would pop in my head, and I'd just be like one time I hit myself. I'm like, stop! Like as I'm walking down the street.
See, here's the thing. I feel like, and you could probably help us out with this more because you're a man, but I feel like I feel like where it came from was the hormone that you wanted to have sex. So you were horny, and then the sex got turned down.
I got
And
rejected.
then you start to take it emotionally. Because I don't think that the emotion was there. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm in love with this guy, I want him to come over. It was like
No.
you were horny, you wanted him to come over. And then you took the rejection personally, which I don't think you had to do. I feel like if he could have come over, he would have come over. Because I feel like men generally like sex. What do you think?
Yeah.
Paul?
What was the excuse?
He was doing something. He did nothing wrong.
He's like, I'm reading a book.
He did nothing wrong.
Something so mundane.
No, he did not. It was all me, as it usually is.
No, and you haven't talked to him since?
No, but we never usually talk anyway. I mean, it's not like.
Yeah,
But
it's-
I'm still totally embarrassed.
It's seasonal dick.
That's a
every 3 months.
It is.
a
And I'm
booty call.
sure,
So you have
I'm
to
sure, yeah, I'm sure in the fall I can.
When the leaves change.
So do the partners.
I'm sure he would come back. It's just, like I said, it's just so pathetic.
Oh, it's gonna be okay. I bet you he's gonna booty call you, and then you're gonna feel better. That's gonna be the antidote for what happened, because he's gonna booty call you, and you're like, yes, still got it, and then it doesn't matter if you can or can't. At least you got that booty call, and then you're gonna feel better.
This is why I'm scared to actually get involved with people that I really, really like, because I don't even, I mean, he's cool and stuff, but it's not like I'm that invested.
Man,
But that's the best. That's
that
the
is
best
the
for fuck
best.
buddies.
I know.
Because you're not in love. You're just like, put it in.
Sometimes I
seasonally.
feel like it's
You know what it reminded me of? Was it, I think it was Eddie Murphy. Was it like Raw? Where he says like, when a girl gets really good dick, like, she just like loses her mind.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
God, I keep blowing my ears out.
Dickmatized, right? That's what it is.
Dickmatized.
I think Eddie Murphy used to have a thing about it, but it's so old. But I could probably bring up a more current comic that might have something to say about this.
For me,
Red skeleton.
So, if Paul, because I think as a girl, if a guy did that to me, I think I might be like slightly flattered that the person is feeling insecure. Obviously, you could tell I was like totally insecure or feeling or having a crazy moment. But then some guys, it just like turns them off forever.
It depends.
What would it be
Yeah.
for you, Paul? Would you be
'Cause-
like, oh, this girl's just having a crazy moment?
So it's a power thing, right? Like we all want power over the other person. But then it's like if he misconstrues that as like you wanting more than just the smash.
That's,
sorry.
you know, Christina, I'm in the middle of a very emotional moment here.
It was there. It had to come out. Oh, sorry to ruin it.
You see what you've done, Carol? Now I can't even have psychology.
Hi, Carol.
Do you want me to have to pay for a psychiatrist, or can I just do it here?
Yeah, you just get it from my Cal Poly education.
That's the thing. That's when guys. That's what happened with Arcade Boy when he ran fast after I had a crazy moment, and I don't blame him because then they think, oh,
Yeah, but if you
'Cause
make it
me-
clear,
me saying why don't you like? Meanwhile, we've never talked like it's just been sex. So yeah, if he's like, what is she talking about? Like liking her? What is this?
yeah, when you
Oh,
say
no.
like, it goes
Also, am
there.
I in fucking high school? Do you like me? What the?
I
it's-
like you.
I mean, it's good. It's good for you
You
to
want
have
to hold my hand?
have a nice younger image. I think that's great. Keep it.
I told
nice-
Christina this is his fault because when you have a fuck buddy, you're only
Yeah.
supposed to.
interlocked hands during sex.
He did the interlock hand. It wasn't
Interlocked
me.
hands. Yeah. You do this during sex, boys? Then we're gonna be like, oh my god, this is nice. This is connecting.
We wonder why people think we're lesbians. Meanwhile, at the bar the other night, I'm telling Christina how we did it. And we're both sitting there at the bar, like crying. I know, I love you too.
If we had had one more drink, it would have been a tear. We would have cried for sure. We had some good drinks the other
See,
night.
when you mix emotion into it,
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't do those tender things unless you like somebody. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Interlocked fingers.
Then
Forehead
even-
kiss.
You
that's
don't
another
cut.
one.
You don't cuddle with a hookup.
I'm gonna say
Exactly.
I'm gonna say psychologically, even if I think like, yeah, I was just having sex. When sex it gets emotional, you're gonna fuck your brain a little bit.
Yeah. So as much as you're saying he's just a fuck buddy in your mind.
Well, I mean, the tequila didn't help.
Yeah, the tequila's definitely talking.
I think if I find someone I want to have sex with, then I have to stay sober. Or if I don't like
Yeah.
anyone, then I'll be drunk. So
Yeah.
I can't mix the two together.
That's very true. Sober sex is good too. It's so hard to get to that comfort zone, but if you could get there, that's amazing.
I feel like I laugh too much during sober sex because I don't know what to do.
I get so shy still, and everybody knows I'm 40. But even hooking up with that 25-year-old, which don't worry, he was 25, but he's Jewish, so he looks 40. But even that, it was so awkward. Like I was like, I wish I could tell you I'm like some perfect cougar that knows how to make the first move, but I didn't. And then he had to make the first move. He still had to make the first move and kiss me, which was great. He was amazing. Yeah.
You are a perfect cougar, Christina.
Am I? No, I'm an awkward cougar. I'm not the best cougar.
Oh, I have
I
to
could
tell-
be a little more, I could be a little more assertive with what I want.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I think also, well, I tell myself a lot, then that's why I'm trying to be more assertive, because I'm like, I've never been somebody who would like just text someone to come over, because I'm always like, I don't want to get rejected or whatever. But I'm trying to be like, you know what, who cares? If someone says no, it's not a big deal. And then,
Then
you
you're
know
walking
what?
on the street carrying a tarp.
See, that's where jilling off actually pays off. Because I could just jill off and go to sleep, and I'm happy. But because you're not jilling properly, let's just get back to the core of this podcast. I'm telling you, did more jilling, then you'd be fine late at night. Like, I already jilled off today. Can you tell? Probably.
yeah, but we don't.
Look at how happy I look.
We are different people in that way. Because if I, look how happy I look. I did.
Although I will say this, since I just did have
she's not wearing underwear. She just did it and then came to pick me up.
well, I wash the vibrator every day, so, at least my vagina's touched something clean today, so it shouldn't be like, and I showered, so it's pretty good for me.
That's pretty good.
Also, I just had real sex, and now going back to the vibrator, it's like shifting gears, whereas now it's taking longer.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. The reason I don't jill off if there's somebody that I actually might have sex with is because then it makes me want to have sex more.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Like, for me, I'm just doing it as damage control. I feel like if I chill off before I go out on a date with a guy, then I won't be as easy at the end of the night. I'll be able to say yes or no. I really feel what I want. But that being said, now that I've just had real sex and gone back to the vibrator, now I find the vibrator very frustrating. I'm like, ugh, this isn't the same.
Sometimes I feel like I've just given up on life when I
What?
masturbate alone.
Oh,
I'm like,
no, I love it.
This is just me now in my 40s. Just me and my fingers.
That's why you need a vibrator. It doesn't have to be just you and your fingers. You could have friends. You could name them. You could trade them with your friends, like little hockey cards. It'll be beautiful.
I need a line, Paul, for if I have to run into this person. I need a good line.
Be like, somebody stole my phone.
Or I like to just pretend things never happened.
I would just call it out and be like, I thought you liked me.
You should show up at his work. That's
I thought you liked me.
Why are you guys trying to make it worse?
I would just admit defeat. I'd be like, sorry about that, buddy. I was a little drunk. It might have been tequila talking. It might have been my vagina talking. I apologize. So what are you doing later?
That's a good move.
Just
I
like
it.
roll right into the next one. No shame.
Yeah. I like when the leaves turn. All right.
And you know what's weird? So we were talking about that, about her margarita night. And then remember he had a house guy who I already got dumped by because I'm not the right situation. He starts texting me on Tuesday, which was interesting because I had a weird feeling he'd be back. I was like, you know what? I'm a fun person. And I feel like we had a lot of good talks, especially about gambling. And I was like, no, that guy's going to want to go to Vegas with me. And then, he was texting me from Vegas. And he was showing me all his wins. And I was just like, see, I knew he'd miss me in some way. It might not be sexually. I'm definitely not getting booty calls. I'm getting like hey, check out this fucking 4 aces. But,
I like that you thought, you're like, yeah, he wants to go to Vegas with me. So he was messaging me from Vegas.
So he went without me. And it seems like he still had a great time. Great.
He went with another girl. She was just passed out in the room already.
Exactly.
Cosby.
But anyways, so that guy's back from the dead. But I think just to chat. I feel like, remember how you sometimes say you just want somebody to text message sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what that guy wants too.
I'm very lonely.
I always assume that men are obsessed with sex, but some of them aren't. Some of them are just like human beings that are like, yeah, I like to text message a girl. I want to talk. I want to hang out and like get to know you. And you know what I mean? But now I feel like I'm at such a point in my life where I'm like, oh, I want sex. Because this whole sexual peak bullshit.
Well, when you told me you were going to be friends with this guy, I was like, do you really need another friend?
Oh, I know, that's true. And I
guy-
never did message him
A
again.
guy you slept with once, and you're going to be friends?
I know. And I did give him, what you hate, the thumbs up. That was where I left it. The old thumbs up on the last text he sent me. That's where we left it.
Oh,
Because I know that bothers you. So I was like, well, let me just see if this move can. But anyways. But it was interesting that he started texting. And I'm fine texting.
The thumbs
Then-
up is I don't care enough to write words.
And Jen
This
mentioned it,
conversation
and I
is
was like,
over.
Yeah.
I also have to tell you about my Christian Slater story because you brought up Christian Slater.
Oh, yeah.
Christina was watching Christian Slater movies.
I was watching Untamed Heart last night with Marissa Tomei. Christian Slater, remember that one?
Another movie that came out before Paul was born.
I was just like, yeah, sure.
I was gonna watch the 90210 reunion show last night, but then I just started watching the MGM channel, and all these like old movies were on. I was very content. Anyways, back to Christian.
Oh, so I was in love with Christian when I was like in high school.
As was I. Yeah, he was mine too.
And my friend Monica was in love with Keanu Reeves. So I lived in Pasadena. So it was like, this was before there was constant traffic everywhere. So it was like 20 minutes to get to Hollywood. So as soon as we could drive, we would like ditch school sometimes and come to Hollywood. And we would, I don't know how before internet we ever found out any information, but we would find out when there's like movie premieres and stuff. So we went to like Bill and Ted's, and then we went to,
Love it.
so we went to Robin Hood with Christian Slater and Kevin Costner.
Right. Yeah.
Circa like 1990 or 92 or something.
Yeah.
So we're standing at the like barrier, and I'm like screaming when they start walking up. He's like 100 yards away probably, but I'm like screaming. I'm like, Christian! And he turned, and I swear he did this, like motion, like come over. So I hopped over the barricade, but I couldn't really get myself over. So this guy behind me was like pushing my butt, trying to get me over. And I got over and I start like running, and 2 cops come and just pull my arms back.
Oh my God, that's
and, like,
amazing.
Drag me away. And that night on the local news, they showed like the footage of me being dragged away at the Robin Hood.
Oh my God, Christian Slater, stalker.
And I told the cops, I'm like, he's calling me over. And they're like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I was a Christian Slater stalker. And at that time was when there wasn't cable, it was just regular TV. So most of the people would see it.
Oh my God.
You know, because all your local
Real
high school
famous.
people watch the news. 2 o'clock, Channel 2 News.
Oh, totally. There was a very tender moment in that movie. Not even tender, but like sexual. But it's so innocent, you know, where like Christian Slater just goes to like touch Marissa Tomei's boob. And in that moment, I was like, whoa, I think I need to chill off now. Like it was actually a very tender little moment. But I was like, well, that moment was kind of provocative.
Did you hit pause?
No, it didn't. But I was like, oh my God, this is when I move from the couch to the bed, which is easy to do. Easy to do when you live in a studio. It's really just pretty easy.
Are you anti-couch Jillin?
I usually tend to Jill in bed, and then the couch, not so much.
Okay, good, because that's where guests sit.
That's true. That's where the guests Jill off, is on the couch.
Oh my God.
Oh
That's
my
hilarious.
God.
Is that why you didn't see the end of Leaving Las Vegas? I was like,
No.
what happened at the end? She goes, I don't know. I didn't make it.
That's when I started playing on my phone, probably. That's the problem, right? Now you're watching TV or you're watching a movie, you start playing on your phone, especially if you're at home. I wouldn't do it in the movie theater, but I mean, I've seen the movie before, so I knew that, yeah, he accomplishes his mission at the end. Yes. But
It's probably better that you missed it. That sounds really depressing.
that was back-to-back, yeah, depressing movies or sad endings.
Maybe that's why you couldn't sleep.
Yeah, and then I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia. And you know what I did in my insomnia last night? Well, I shouldn't even pick up my phone when I have insomnia. But I didn't want to get up and, like, just... Sometimes I'll just go with it. I'm like, well, I can't sleep, so I'm going to get up and I'll do some writing or do something. But no, I just grab my phone. And you know how my phone always has, like, a gazillion emails?
Yes.
It sees that
I do.
1,433 emails.
Looking
So-
at your phone gives me anxiety.
It does for a lot of people. A lot of people are like, "Ugh," like 72 messages. So I just went this and I just deleted emails. So,
Oh,
like,
good.
Just went this in bed until I got drowsy. It was like counting sheep. It was me counting emails. Just like, until I finally did fall asleep.
But you read all of them.
Most of those were like just dumb, spammy
I mean,
cunts
you're not
that I
like
just got to
missing work
delete.
from ignoring all these emails, obviously.
It's like, here's what I do. I open the important ones, and then ones that I feel like will remind me to do something later, I'll save. I'm like, okay, I'll save that coupon. I need a hotel for that. And then, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. I might save that.
I can't stand having emails. I delete them right away.
I should do that. But
That's all right.
that's what I did with my insomnia. Very excited.
This is a really intriguing podcast, isn't it?
Wasn't it? Just so.
What do you do with your insomnia, Paul?
I have 76,000 emails that need to be cleared.
Have you been back on Tinder?
Not really. I haven't really been using the dating apps. I've been more sliding into DMs.
Sliding into DMs. Good
Is
for
that
you.
on Instagram?
Yeah. Just responding to stuff and starting conversations.
Like if
Woo.
somebody likes one of your pictures, you DM them?
No, it's normally to like a story, like responding to a story or something. Like this one girl, she posted that it was like somebody eating hummus but like throwing it away. They're like the right way to eat hummus, and they take the hummus and they just throw it in the garbage. And then she put like she's like no, like all this like no, and I was like nope, they got it right like that. And she's just like have you ever even had real hummus? I was like I went down on a Middle Eastern girl, and that's all I said, and then that got a laugh.
That's funny.
I just spend my nights doing that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's fun when you have a flirty text interaction with somebody.
I
You
never-
make somebody laugh like that. That's gonna work for you.
And even if it's not
Yeah.
anything, if it's nothing more than just 2 responses back or whatever, it's
Well,
fun.
it's
It's
still
fun for me.
good.
Yeah.
That's
I
still
never
good.
thought about how that'd be a good way to pick people up. Yeah. I'm so, oh God, I'm
Or
out
get
of it.
blocked.
I can't. Or get blocked. I'm not opening any dating apps for a while because now I'm going to be out of town so much that it's just like, oh, and I hate it when I have these pen pals and then I get back into town. What if I only have like 3 days at home? Am I going to spend it with a stranger? No, I want to spend it with Jen and Paul. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with my friends.
Plus, you'll be getting lucky on it.
What am I going to do in Lake Tahoe? There will be no hooking up.
Oh, no, not Lake
I'll
Tahoe.
be on family vacation, but I'll have my own unit,
But
but I'll
then
be
you're
in the
going-
same place as my family.
Yeah, no, not with family. But then you're going to Vegas.
And you're gonna come, right? You gotta at least come for at least 1, 2, 3 nights, whatever you want. Lazy River. We're gonna go to the Lazy River. We'll be in Vegas if you want to come and buy us drinks. August 20th to 23rd. I'll be in the Lazy River at MGM Grand. That's where I'll be. That's it. Also, can we just talk about this really? Because I feel like we've already. Listen, if you want to stop listening now, what I'm about to say is not very exciting. So you can turn it off now.
What a plug.
Yeah.
It's not as good as my other stuff.
How do you know I don't have some gems waiting?
Just
kidding, I don't.
So go to the bathroom, take your pee break, and then come back. Okay, so I just booked some more Southwest flights. I have a theory. So I was working with somebody who doesn't collect points. You collect points on all your airlines, right?
Of course.
You gotta collect points. Paul, you collect points, right?
I don't fly.
Oh, shit.
I don't get booked out of California.
I don't understand. That Pomona gig doesn't fly you there?
It's Santa Ana. I asked for a private jet.
I say you gotta get the points, because here's what I'm feeling like I'm starting to notice. The more points you get, even if you're not using your points for the flight, I feel like it bumps you up boarding zones. Like usually I feel like every time I fly, it's like boarding group A, boarding group B, boarding group C, boarding group D, boarding group E, boarding group F, boarding group G, and that girl in the pineapple shirt over there. Like, I'm always the very last person to get on a plane. But since I've been collecting points and I'm getting more and more points, now I'm always in like a boarding group C. Like I'm in a respectable zone.
That's true, yeah.
So anyways, get on your points, bitches.
I just want to know what you have to do to get like bumped up. I've never been bumped up to like first class. We'll say that.
I have. That's a feeling.
Just random?
Here's what I think happened.
Called out your name like, hey, it's your lucky day.
Here's what I think happened. It was Christmas, and I got to the airport quite late. This is in Toronto, flying to Vancouver. And sometimes they're like seat assignment at gate, because I was kind of crunching it, And then when I got to the gate, I think that's all they had left. And so I got like an Air Canada, like
God,
one of those
that's so
pods.
lucky.
I got a pod. It was so nice. So you have like, oh, the pods are amazing. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
So everybody be late to your flights.
So yeah.
If you
Anyways.
take one thing away. Chance it. You
And
might get an
usually-
upgrade.
I know. Usually I'm the opposite. Usually I'm like Nerd McGoo, who has to be at the airport 2 hours in advance, which is why I'm always drunk once I land in my new city. I do go to the airport bar. But yeah, that's it.
A Southwest is the best one to collect flight to collect points.
I'm flying. Yeah, I've got like 4 Southwest flights coming up.
They
so.
get. Are you serious?
Yeah. Because I got Tahoe, so I'm going to Reno, and then
Oh,
Seattle.
I thought you meant 4 free ones. I'm like, you have a lot of points.
No, collecting points.
Well, then you'll get a free one.
How many points does it take for like a flight?
Not a lot with Southwest, like 8,000. But with American and United, it takes like 40,000.
I know it takes a lot.
They suck.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Paul, when you start flying, you just remember this great advice that you've been getting.
I'm going to take it when I get my next gig in Pasadena.
Also, Southwest has free text messaging.
Really?
You get free Wi-Fi, but it's really only good to text with other iPhone users. But still,
That's still something.
texting throughout a flight's pretty sweet.
Yeah. That was working on the cruise for a while, and then the second week it stopped working. We all noticed it, the whole ship. Like, we're all
That's
like,
when you become like a
That's it's okay. Whatever you were about to say, you caught it, and I'm excited.
I got it. Okay. Let's change subjects because I'm not even going to say the scenario because not that those people listen.
Oh man.
If you have slept with either one of us and you listen to this podcast, can you please send us a podcast? Email at
I guarantee you guys.
chillinoffpod@gmail.com.
I guarantee you, the guys that we've been hooking up lately are probably, for surely, intentionally avoiding this podcast. They're like, I don't want to know what they're saying on there.
I don't even think they know that I have a podcast.
I think I have my latest guy on Facebook. If he wanted to, he could. But I don't think he would. I think he'd be like, well, also, they're so off the grid on the ship. I feel like that's not, there's probably more
Tonight
exciting
was
things
supposed to
do.
be the night that we were going to make out with strangers.
I know, but then I'm sick.
We were
so
going to
now-
go to bingo at Hamburger Mary's.
and pick
It
up
is a
drag
gay
queens.
bar, but, we like a challenge.
We like a challenge. I'm like, whoa, I get excited to make out with somebody with better boobs than I have, so that's always good. Like a good drag queen.
That's what I was gonna say. You're making out with the drag queens.
Yeah, I know. I could see it happening one day. Oh, we're having fun.
Just you and RuPaul.
Me and Rue, I love it.
You know they say sometimes guys make out with someone they don't realize it's a girl that used to be a man? You've heard those stories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Paul's like, they know.
The Adam's apple gives it away, but
yeah. The Adam's apple.
But you never hear girls say like, oh, I made out with this guy and then found out it used to be a girl. How come you never hear it the other way around?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I wonder. Well, maybe I think we will these days. I feel like it'll happen. I feel like people are.
Well, I also
expressing
feel
their-
like girls aren't really they don't really care. They're not that deceptive. Like, they'd probably just tell you straight up.
That's true. Or we'll just be like, hey, I really like you as a person, so I'm making out with you. And that's the end of that. I don't care what's going on, where you came from, what you were born as. I like you right now. Let's get it on.
Well, that hard seltzer's kicking
Wow.
in.
I tell you, maybe I am an assertive cougar. I just,
you're a-
I'm growing. I'm getting it.
if you're a guy that used to be a girl, email in.
Please,
Jillin off.
let me make out with you.
Podcast is taking.
I
a
hope
weird
everybody.
turn.
I know this is where. See, I told you to stop listening. Okay, so I feel like that's it. I feel
I
like
feel
that's our episode.
responsible.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you can't get sick from me being on a podcast. That's the good news. And I feel like this podcast literally actually did make me feel better. So thank you, Jen and Paul. I feel a little better than I did when I was lying in bed watching Jason Priestley all day. So
Oh yeah, the 90210 reboot.
I know it's awkward.
She texted me. She goes, 90210 reboot's kind of weird. I'm like, really? Are you surprised? The 90210 reboot.
I know, big day for me, Paul. Big day.
They're all available to do the reboot.
I know. Well, excepting one.
Oh.
Oh, so sad.
They dug him up.
I know.
He's just on a platform,
Oh my god.
like Snow White.
I was still there.
Oh my god.
Was that dark?
Oh, we like a good dark joke per episode. We need it. Oh, Luke Perry. Oh,
That's
so
hilarious.
sad.
They're like, he just needs to be kissed, guys.
And then he'll come back.
And then Christina shows up.
Oh, sorry.
And we're out.
And scene.